Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com, your daily market recap, January 4th. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for the rest of the video. SPY and the daily, here we are breaking below the 468 on our way to the 465 and then towards this orange trend line, broadening formation, validation at its best. We will hit most likely this orange trend line together with the 463, and then we will start looking for a bounce back. If this broadening formation will not hold, we are going straight to the 454 to the downside. For now, all the market is taking a breath. SPY already down 2.2%. That's it. 2.2% from its recent high after a very steep uptrend since beginning of October. So everything is still cool. QQQ also going to the downside, and as we can see, this white trend line is not holding. Let's see if Qs can hold and close the week above this white trend line. Otherwise, we will see 390 and 382, and maybe even this gap will get filled. Don't be surprised, because we all know more than 85-90% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Dow Jones continuing to grind up slowly on this green trend line, below this orange trend line. Just driving slowly on the left lane on the road north, breaking below this green trend line. We will meet this orange trend line, but look left. As long as the Dow is inside this road, the road takes us north. IWM close this gap. We know that more than 85-90% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. Perfect example. Now we have this gap to the upside, but we also have a gap over here and another gap over here. Will they get filled? It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. 85-90% chance this gap will get filled, and right after it, this one. When? No one knows, but we need to embrace that once we see a gap, we need to understand that 85-90% chance it will get filled. It's like a magnet, a black hole for price action. Now we have a gap also at the 198. In my opinion, this gap will get filled way before these two gaps will get filled themselves. Bitcoin moving sideways. You know these levels. You know this price action. Long continuation. Only a weekly close above the 44,500. Now we have a triple top scenario on the Bitcoin. This triple top scenario is not bearish. It will become bearish only weekly close above the 44,500, breaking below the 41,350, and we are heading straight to the 36,700. Of course, everything you see and hear on my channel is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Sorry. It's good to follow others to get ideas, but in the end of the day, you know it, because I say it like a broken record every time. Do your own due diligence. It's your money. Please take care of your money. No one else will do it for you. Ethereum breaking below the 2,200 on the weekly. We will see 2080 and then 19. Long only above 24, and then with high probability 27,600 is next. KRE, another great example of why trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. You know these trend lines. You know this road to the north. KRE, once again, doji off a trend line. Now I'm starting to look for a bounce back, because same as it did here, same here, same here. Can it do the same price action over here. You can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and ask Fibonacci what needs to happen to get validation for the bounce. We need a close above the 52.10 and then 54 and then back to 57 and 61. Weekly close below this area and we are heading south 48 and then 44, 53 and we have a gap. I don't say it will filled. I say 85% chance it will get filled. No one knows when. This is why we need bulls of KRE to wake up and take us back north. Crude oil, nothing much. Just going south. As long as this road, as you can see, trend lines, think of them as a road. You're driving the road, you follow the road. This road takes us south. So no long for now on crude oil. Natural gas trying to break above these trend lines. Let's clean the chart a little bit. Now, as you can see, downtrend, bounce, 50% Fibonacci retracement, 286, 286, very important area of support until it broke to the downside and further left during June till September. It was a very tough resistance. So this area, the 50% area, the 286 area and the natural gas is a very, very important area of support and resistance. Now let's see if bulls of NG1 natural gas futures can retest the 270 and then next leg up. Gold, nothing much, moving sideways, but still in an uptrend. Now all I'm looking for is the same price action we saw over here, same price action we saw over here. I'm looking for a touch and a bounce of this orange trend line, and then we will start our long position. And when I say we, I mean Fibonacci traders. Join us. We have the Discord premium room, exclusive requests room. Join us and become a better trader. SOXX, now at the 618 Fibonacci retracement, uptrend, retracement, 618, breaking below. Ask yourself, what if? What if SOXX will break below the 618? This gap will get filled and then back to the 503. Now, what if I want to go long on SOXX? Ask yourself that. What do we need to see? We need to see a bounce. First closing this gap at the 552 and then closing above it. And then we can start taking our long position once again on SOXX. It's all a matter of ask yourself, what if? What if? What I want to do if XLE will close above this area, this red line, very tough resistance. As you can see also here, today tried to break above but got rejected and back to the downside. So what if price will continue to the downside? What if bulls will give up? Same as they did here. They gave up on this 86 area, went back down. So what if bulls will give up once again on the XLE? This gap will get filled and then going down, retesting this white trend line once again as the support for the lower lows. XLV continuation to the upside. Now this area was a very interesting area of resistance. As you can see, look left. Only by looking left we can clearly see resistance over here. Resistance, resistance. High of the day, resistance. Now this trend line from resistance, resistance, now needs to hold the support. Now ask yourself, what if this trend line will break to the downside? we are heading back to the 136 area. 136 area from resistance, resistance, resistance will become once again support. Ask yourself to the other side, what if 140 will break to the upside? Next is this trend line as resistance. Apple. What is going on with Apple? Black Swan event. No one knows what's going on. No one knows. All we need to do, follow price. We were prepared for this Black Swan event. Check videos from December 26. We have talked about some kind of a Black Swan event is incoming to the market. We have talked about the double top scenario on the weekly chart on Apple. And here we are. Double top, Black Swan event. We knew it way back before it even started. We were prepared for this event. If you want to be prepared for these kind of events before it happens, we can do it. We can do it together. I can teach you how to see things before they happen. Check the links in the description below. Join me on this magnificent journey on how to become a professional, consistent, profitable trader. See things before they happen. Check the one-on-one mentorship program or the pre-recorded online program. Both programs available in English or Hebrew. Choose your path, choose your language, and you will gain lifetime access for support, guidance from me, and all Discord channels. Now Apple, doji off a 50% retracement. This area from resistance now needs to hold the support with a doji, but the weekly looks pretty nasty. We can take Fibonacci on the weekly. Fibonacci will let us know. Next is the 178, then 166. Below 166, this double top scenario will take us all the way back to the 150 area. Check the links in the description below. Choose your path. Join me on the one-on-one mentorship program. Join me on the online program. Join us in the Fibonacci-Traders Discord. Take your financial freedom in your own hands. Let me help you take your financial freedom in your own hands. Tesla breaking below this trend line. Now, 231 is the next major support. Look left. Below the support, 225 gap will get filled. Amazon, 2.6% to the downside, breaking below the 147. All this area, look here. Sorry. All this area, very important area of support and resistance. Can we get the same price action we saw over here? Can we get it over here? Let's see. Time will tell. Below this area, we will hit 139, same as we hit here, same as we hit here. Below 139, we will see the same price action we saw over here to the upside. We will get the same price action, but to the downside to 125. Microsoft still moving sideways, but looks like bulls are out of steam on Microsoft, and it's not a good sign because breaking below this 365, 366, we will hit 360, and then same as Amazon, the same price action we saw over here to the upside, we will get to the downside back to 340 and maybe even back to 327. So embrace yourself. We have started 2024. Prepare for anything to happen. The same bull scenario we saw during November and December, we can get this same price action, but for bears during January and February. Meta holding the 343 area, now trying to hold it. It was the peak of November. Now, from resistance to support, can we get continuation? Can it stick above the 343 and then above 351? We can start our long position once again on Meta towards this purple zone at the 375. It's all about candlestick analysis, Fibonacci, trend lines, multi-time frames. That's it. Shopify and the weekly. Look at this. If you follow me on Twitter, and if you saw previous videos in the past few weeks or so, especially the weekly market review, you know these orange trend lines. You know this massive Browning formation. Now, bulls gave up trying to break above and stick to this orange trend line. Went south. Now this area, resistance, it was resistance over here, the peak of July. Now support in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks already of support. Very important support, breaking below where price of Shopify might be heading next. You don't need to guess. You have trend lines. We will see this orange trend line to the downside once again, and this is how it looks on the daily. Zoom in, zoom out, get a better point of view of price action. All this area, same as Amazon, we have this area as support and resistance. Can we see the same price action moving sideways a few days now? And then decision to the upside or to the downside, breaking below this 71.40. We are heading back to the 64 and this gap to the downside. AMD, bulls of AMD trying with all their power to stay inside this lane, the right lane of the road to the upside. Weekly close below the 132 area. Not a good sign because we will see 116 to the downside. Google breaking down under, heading back to retest this. Let's clean the chart. Heading back, retesting this orange trend line once again as support, same as it did here, here, and over here. Can we get a touch and a bounce back up? No one knows. But one thing we can know with higher probability, breaking below this orange trend line, where price might be heading next, you have a gap at the 126. Nvidia trying to hold the 477 because bulls of Nvidia knows below 477 we will see 461, 450, and then this massive double top on Nvidia will take us to close this gap at the 424. And as you can see, bearish sentiment, bearish scenarios all across the board, perfectly fine. The end of 2023 was a super bullish 16% to the upside. So maybe a retracement during January and February, maybe a retracement between 5 to 8% will be perfectly fine, perfectly healthy before the continuation up during the rest of 2024. Don't forget, we are only 3 days in 2024. Don't panic. The only thing we have full control of is our risk management. As long as you know how to manage your risk, you're good to go. And if you don't know how to manage your risk, first thing is first. Stop trading. Learn how to manage risk. Once again, it's your money. If you don't know how to manage your money, you will lose your money. So stop playing with your money. Manage risk. Go to the Fibonacci Academy playlist. You have 32 or 33 videos already free to help you get better on the technical side and the psychology behind trading. How to manage risk, how to use trend lines, how to read candles, what most traders do wrong, you need to do better. Ask yourself why more than 95% of all traders fail. It's not about a strategy. There is no perfect strategy. There is only one strategy. The strategy that fits you. The strategy that fits your mentality, your risk tolerance, your daily routine. This is the only strategy that fits you. So check it out. And then join me on the one-on-one mentorship program. I will take you to the highest level to become professional trader. Swing trading, day trading, anything that you want to trade on any time frame, I will teach you. I promise you I will be 200% committed to you. Netflix, we have this trend line, support, 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 broke to the downside, now resistance. We have a gap at the 455, needs to get filled, in my opinion, the sooner the better. Closing this gap, touch on this trend line, and then back up. And once again, you see, we have all across the board the only true formation, broadening formation. Check the links in the description below for more educational resources. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like, subscribe. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for more educational resources. Until the next video, stay safe.